Good morning, Scorpio. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Scorpio, quick message to you all this morning. I felt like I needed to sit down and do a quick message for you, so here we are. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Scorpio Stellium. There you go. If you've got Scorpio Stellium, this is for you too. That's the first time I think I've ever gotten that, so we'll roll with it. Thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, personal donations, the hypes. I didn't know hypes were a thing. I'm always the last to know because I don't tune into a lot of things. I kind of stay in my bubble. So for those of you that have hyped these videos, and that's a new thing, so thank you for that. Super cool. I appreciate that. What else? So with that, personal reads are open and available. Info is found in the description box below. The channel memberships link is also there. I do have some new news coming here to you soon, which I'm super excited about. Don't have all the pieces locked in place yet, but doing the thing. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. It's a big step for me. And with that being said, Scorpio, the message that I heard from Spirit before this video began was, it's intolerable. And I don't know, I'm looking at something, sorry. It's intolerable. It's intolerable, Scorpio. Boundaries like a motherfucker. Scorpio, what is happening today? We also have the eclipse season coming. Well, we are in eclipse season and we're in the pre-shadow of that. Full moon is coming up in Pisces. We'll get videos out on the channel memberships for that. Crossing my fingers because as I say that, I'm like, oh, careful, Nicole, because every time I say something of the such, something gets goofy. So I got hiccups. We'll get it done. I've had too much honey this morning. So Scorpio, let's see. I'm going to actually pull an Akashic card. And Spirit says, but keep it funny. Keep it funny. So I don't know. Maybe you're in some kind of mood today. Who knows? I've seen moods. Thank you, Spirit. Mood swings. You can feel high and low in various parts of your day. Take it on like a boss bitch. All right, take it on like a boss bitch. Now throughout the weekend, Spirit is saying, simply because you're going to need to. You're going to need to. So what's, Spirit, the message was, this is intolerable or it's intolerable. Balancing currents, emotional. I just said balancing your emotions, Scorpio. So highs, lows, ups, downs, in betweens. What is this message about? Foundational strength. I got something about too, and I wasn't quite sure. I didn't put it out there, but I also heard substance over, what'd they say, sustainability or something, which sounded like a little funky to me. 3 on the clock. Pathmaker. Foundational strength. You are constructing a stable base for future achievements. Success built slowly is success that endures. Strengthen your foundations with care. I've noticed I have the Kim Cran's Animal Spirit deck, and I've been playing with it a little bit here lately, more than I typically do. I usually kind of shelf that one most often. But the turtle kept coming up, and this morning I was doing my own stuff, and the turtle didn't come out, but I've seen it again. It's kind of like 333 on the clock. 3s are important, Scorpio. 3 different types of varieties of partnership, I just heard too. But it kept coming up in the underlying, or like, showing itself in the deck, but not coming out. Scorpio, whatever you're doing, slow and steady wins the race right now. Pay attention to that. Slow and steady wins the race. So when you are constructing foundations or anything with great care, the end result is much better. 4 on the clock. So there you go. Your foundations, 4 pillars, right? I always think of the 4 of Wands, the 4 pillars of great strength, foundational value. Your heart is invested in it. Like you feel it in your gut. Some of you, it's kind of like, oh God, Spirit, they're on one today. Like a ball grab, like, yeah, man, I got this shit. It's like, take that how you will. For some of those of you that might be a little more demure, like, settle down, Nicole, but that's what they gave me, so that's what we're going with. Pathmaker, you are no longer content to dream, you are ready to walk. Your energy propels, there's that energy, I just said, like, you guys could be like, settle down, Nicole. Propels you forward with courage toward your true calling. Stay focused. You're building something, you're constructing something, and what's intolerable, Spirit is saying past resentments. We'll see what comes out in the cards. what, Spirit, let's get down to business here. I want to know. I'm going to kind of keep this message strictly professional, Spirit. Oh my God. What was this that's intolerable to Scorpio that was brought up, Spirit? Pollution, infection, parasite, poisons. Okay, if you're having a problem, like, we're going to keep this very, very focused. Pollution, you could be dealing with people that are, I'm going to say, dirty, dealing with people that are parasitic, people who are, a pollution to the environment in which you are in. They are the core problem. They may be trying to affect your finances in some regard as well, with this money problem, work, success, and fortune. I almost feel like you're starting some new chapter here, Scorpio, but it's coming after an ending of something else, and that's putting this pollution card to bed. It's like a big oil spill. I'm gonna dare say there could be an oil spill globally somehow. So just a heads up on that, because Spirit just brought that to my attention. Some of you could also be working towards like pollution resolution, taking the card at face value, things like that. But this, I think, is more, it's for maybe a handful of you, but more so importantly, the things that are weighing you down. You think about the oil spill on a pelican or a duck or a bird or a seagull, that weighs down their wings, right? It's stuck, it's muck, it's difficulties, it's hard to breathe, it's hard to do all these things. There's a core problem, and I'm going to tell you too, as I tell you often, as the direction of Spirit, it's probably in more than one area, right? Like, whether this is, again, I always say, like, mental habits, patterns, thoughts, people, environments, people, places, things, all the things, right? You're understanding where, like, you're bleeding energy, time, money, resources that are no longer presenting themselves to you as part of your personal alignment. Okay, so something very specific to that. So let's clarify. What do we want? Let's go with this deck today. Let's clarify this pollution and this key core problem. Knight of Wands. These cards are still kind of sticking together. I'm breaking them in. Landmarks. It's like Spirit is also saying, like, the first place or person that you think of, or like Spirit, even an interaction that you've had with somebody, specifically in public. I don't know what that means for you. Specifically in public. But public could be your work, right? I mean, it could be out in your front yard, right? You could have had an issue with a neighbor. But it's outside of your comfort zone also, is what Spirit is saying. So what is this pollution about for Scorpio? Judgment. Scorpio, your call. 10 Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Scorpio, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to Spirit. Listen to the things. Judgment with the Wheel of Fortune to the 7 of Cups. Maybe you don't know what this represents to you. Like, Spirit is saying, imagine the possibilities. So I feel like for some of you, probably most of you, there's been a key component around a particular situation where you've kind of thought, like, should I do this? Could I do that? Also, maybe even feeling like sometimes when you're dealing with a certain situation or person, not knowing, like, this could go a bunch of different ways, right? Like, it could go this way, it could go that way, this might happen, that might happen. So I do feel like you're kind of maybe even having, like, talks in your head about how this could play out in certain dynamics. But the choice is yours, Spirit is saying. Like, to walk in integrity, walk in value of who you are, because you're stronger than these situations have allowed you to be. Like, it's almost like with whatever this is, you've hit like a glass ceiling on it. There's no more room for growth because it's done its thing. The wheel is turning in your favor, right? The Wheel of Fortune, after you making a conscious choice, and I said this week was about deliberate choices, the wheel is going to turn in your favor. Now, it might take a minute. I'm going to tell you that too. It might take a minute because we talk about that turtle. I'm going back to that turtle. Slow and steady wins the race, Scorpio, this week. Even in the Spirit, thank you, in the coming months. Every deliberate thing you do for your higher good with the best of intentions, set this during this time frame is what I'm going to say to you. Those 7 of Cups, they're going to start to fall away. And literally the Justice card is behind that with the Strength. You've got 4 majors out of 5 cards. Huge. That's destined. It's fated. Like, I like to see that because that's energy that's going to stick versus the minor arcana that tends to kind of, it can change moment to moment, right? So this is far more lasting. It's going to have a lasting impact on you and on the situation itself. So with that being said, the Justice is balancing. You know, it's like you can see through those 7 of Cups, those illusions. No more mysticism is going to be like, there's going to be clarity. And when I say mysticism, it's like you think about what could appear to be foggy, like the mist of the fog kind of thing. That is getting cleaned up. So it's mystical because you don't know what sits behind those clouds or that fog or whatever it is. But what you need to know is it's going to bring balance, and Spirit's is asking you to have strength. Not all days are going to be sunny and bright, but this is going to bring in a lot of proof to what you've already known, maybe even known in the last 6 months. The Empress, yet another major, and under that the King of Pentacles, Scorpio. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're working on, whatever you know that has been lingering around and it's toxic to you anymore, now is the time. I just put something on Facebook, personal Facebook page, but I said something about the eclipses, that now is the time. This is the time to clear out that one last thing in your environment or your system or your people, because you're recognizing how these other things seem to self-indulge off of you, right? They're leeching off of you. They're parasites to you. Empress is self-love, self-care. You know, it's not just how people see us or view us, Scorpio. It's about ourselves and that love that we give to nurture ourselves. Because when we're, nurturing ourselves, we're able to nurture others in a better way. We're able to do more on a heart-based space, right, than we can if we're just kind of like letting our energy seep and bleed out to all these various places. So you could be honing in on something very specific to work on those foundational strengths that came out with the Akashic cards. You are the Spirit. You are the bull in this, right? King of Pentacles to me is Taurus energy. There's 2 bulls on this card. You see those guys? Check them out. 8 of Cups, but it's going to require you to walk away from things that are emotionally non-fulfilling to you. Now is the time to do that. So if you've been questioning it, here's your confirmation. It is time. Let's see. I'm going to get 2 of Wands sideways. They're not, Scorpio, they're not going to see this coming, whomever or whatever. Interesting. The 2 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Wands. This is like the 6 of Pentacles. I'm here. More Wands, Scorpio. That 2 of Wands is like this moment. The way I'm seeing this is like I'm hearing it's a destined point forward, where something is bound to kind of cross paths. And when I say cross paths, this isn't like you're meeting somebody new or running into somebody or something like that. This is like whatever you've been dealing with. Like I'm seeing the 2 of Wands weirdly as the time is up. You started here and you worked together and you did the things, and you did your thing and they did their thing. But now like the time is running out. This is now less than, right? Is how I'm hearing this. I know, like, when we're looking at, what do they call those in math? The mouth opens to what is bigger at the time. So you could have been a vibrational alignment to certain things, but now it's less than you, or it's less than fulfilling for you to continue to move in a particular direction. That 10 of Wands, there's burdens that have come with, there's the High Priestess. Like, you've known this, you knew this day would come. You knew that this day would come all along. It was just a matter of when. 10 of Wands, the burdens, the stresses, Three of Wands is expansion, so it's putting those burdens down, right? It's moving past that sort of energy and seeing that there is a bigger picture that sits inside of this. Like there's more to be had, and all these lines to me are just representations of how heavy things could have been or gotten, or how misconstrued they've been. There's something about driving too with that Three of Wands. So it could be travel, as I say that, right? Three of Wands. Could be traveling or getting ready to set sail. But I feel like you're kind of getting ready to step through a threshold of a portal through those, like into that rainbow color. Rainbows could be important to you as well at this time. So this Six of Pentacles though, like it's, you know, what you're giving to, are you seeping, bleeding energy that's not being reciprocated into something? High Priestess, man, like I told you, it's like nobody, it's whatever your decision you're making. I feel like some of you may have had like an inclination to say something or tell somebody something, and in that moment there was a deliberate thought. Deliberate is a big word. 555 Scorpio changes. To kind of hold back, right? Son of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles in this particular deck. He's got his horns, right? He's kind of bucking against it. He's not really making movement. And he's looking the opposite direction of forward movement, the way that I'm viewing this. Nine of Pentacles, it's you holding back for yourself, because some things people just don't need to know, right? And when the time is right, they will know. Four of Swords. Choosing yourself and preservation over all else. Third eye, very, very important this time. You can see through things unlike any other. It's coming out in such a very calm, you may come across abrasive, by the way, calm, but an abrasive kind of, as I say that, the Five of Swords. And there's the King of Swords. So there you go. Seven of Cups again, the Tower. Like you in the Wheel of Fortune again, Scorpio. So this is you're having this epiphany around the delusion, the illusion. Like I feel like somebody's playing games. There's the Three of Cups and the Justice card one more time. That's a big energy. Three of Cups. This is around, it's almost like a breaking up of a partnership of some sort that's coming through here, and that Justice is going, this is going to rebalance. You're standing out from something, you're choosing to stand out from something, and like covering your cup. As I say that, dealing with other people, Five of Wands. Third party situations, again, does not have to be romantic, but that Five of Wands is like, there's too much inner conflict in a particular situation that's going on right now. And the Six of Wands is going, when you lay down the burdens, Four of Swords, Three of Wands, the Justice card on the other side of this, you're free. You're free to roam. You're free to fly. You're free to let the weight go. You know, you may be in a particular dynamic, Scorps, where people see you as a Ten of Pentacles. Spirit, they just can't get the fuck out of their own way. This to me is like the way they view you is how I'm seeing this, is you seem to have your shit together. Good for you, right? Like, yay, Scorpio with their shit together, we'll take it today. We'll take it on a Thursday. But you're just really ready to move on from this, and you stand out, and that's like, I don't necessarily feel like it's been competition with you as much as it's been a competition within themselves to prove something about themselves. All they've really done, Scorpio, is prove what fools they are. So you know, however this fits in your world, I'm not sure, but, and there comes the Moon and the Eight of Wands. The truth is coming in. The truth is coming out. There's something, who is dispelling, Spirit, okay? Who is dispelling this truth? Well, Scorpio is. Scorpio, what are you holding back? You're ready to tell, you're ready to voice something. You're ready to voice something here. Chariot, travel, again, like I'm moving on. I'm moving on from this. Knight of Wands, and I'm going to do a quick, fast, and in a hurry. Ace of Wands. I will tell you, Spirit is saying in the Hangman, you've thought about this for a long time, Scorpio. Whatever this is, you've thought about it for a long time. In the next, I keep telling you guys, no pressure, and somebody can put in the comments, right, like no pressure, sure. In the next week, with this full moon, with this eclipse, I don't want to say that you don't have time, because we always have, you know, time is infinite, right? In human form, it's very different, clearly. But the time to empower yourself via the energy that's here is like Spirit's going, throw caution to the wind rather than cautioning yourself in fear. to not make these moves. And the Three of Swords in the reverse with the Three of Wands. Again, this is like you've learned, you've healed through something. There's no more expansion where you've been. So it's kind of like somebody around you or other people could feel a little bulldozed by this energy of like, wow, this is really the end of this thing with Scorpio. They really mean business. Nine of Wands. Like, you're coming in cutting, like, but in a way that you're delivering a very, it feels like an innocent truth, Scorpio, but if quick, fast, and in a hurry. The Emperor, but you could say something very innocently, and it's like you put your foot down and the whole earth shook in that environment. Like, you don't have to be forceful. Just, you're showing up, emperor here, male, female, them, that does not matter. But the Nine of Pentacles is you can stand solitary on your own. Now, for some of you, I don't think it's so much self-doubt, but maybe just when I think about that Seven of Cups a couple of times over, you're just not sure about something specific. But the Lover's card behind you is you are being supported by the choices in which you make, right? The Lovers to the Death card. You've got, I think you're going to be surprised. Like, something with the Knight of Swords underneath all that could kind of come in unexpectedly for you. That's going to give you new options. Two of Wands, new options in the upright here. So I want to just, let me see. What is this work? Money, success, fortune coming out for Scorpio. Mirror. What you put out there, Scorpio, you're going to get back. I'm going to tell you what someone just told me yesterday when I was talking to a client. Build it and they will come. And if she's here, she knows who she is. Build it, they will come. You may not have a full picture of what that looks like, but just know that it's coming. You will see a shift in personalities and perspectives of certain people as you take this next step. Spirit said, take this next step as a way to further your expansion rather than worrying about the things that are being left behind. Let them go. Let go of the safety net of whatever reason you've held on to it. Let go of the safety net, because this is your journey to live. Adventure awaits you. A physically or emotionally expanding experience is ahead. Scorpio, expansion is your best friend right now. Expansion is your best friend. Spirit told me to get in the channel memberships. I often use this Affirmators deck. It's funny, it's cute, it's quirky, and it's got rainbows on it. Rainbows could be very specific for you. Unicorns, they're magical, right? Magical, mystical. So it's a Benson Boone. My daughter listens to Benson Boone. Magical, mystical, something. I don't know. I only listen to it when she listens to him. Magical, mystical, something. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up now. But they're just a cute deck. So I'm going to get this as your advice today. And I'm going to leave this video short and sweet today. Just this, I felt there was this one message. You know who the core of the problem is. You know what the clarity and generosity. Do not overgive. Do not fall back into a pattern with whatever this is. Advice for Scorpio on this matter, please, Spirit. Advice for Scorpio on this matter. Advice for Scorpio. Divine timing. Look, I said to you last week, right? Either it's like a kick to the ass, Scorpio. Either you do it or Spirit's going to kick you in the ass. Look at this card. Spirit is flicking you to get your ass in gear here. And I said about the next week, divine timing. There's a matter of timing around this, so you need to pay attention to that. That's going to be a very Spirit strictly important here. So if you feel like you need to do, even if you don't complete it yet or it's going to take time, Spirit says now is the time to get your ass in gear, okay? Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing. Let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they are doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Scorpio, this isn't about you taking control of the entire situation. or where you're going. This is about you taking control of yourself to remove yourself from parasitic, toxic environments. That's the thing here in the next week that's important. That foundation is laid. And it says everyone's a teacher. So this thing, person, place, whatever, has been a teacher to you. It says everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones that I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, asshole, for playing your part in making me a better person. So whatever you're letting go of, somebody's probably been a thorn in your side in some regard. And you could call them an asshole if you would like. And check out, these are rhino and a mouse. You know, rhinos and a mouse. Just allow them, again, even when we have tough things going on in our lives, like, we have to be thankful for that experience. Not to call in more bad experiences, but it's because you've learned the lessons. You become thankful for the lesson and realize that had that person, that situation, that environment, that group, that whatever this 3 of Cups and 5 of Wands was or is for you, that without those trying tests, you wouldn't be where you are, even when it's been difficult, you know. And I will forever use myself as an example. My domestic abuse stuff that I went through, would I want to go through that again? No. But it taught me things about myself that being a Scorpio myself, hard-headed, right, fixed sign, sometimes we prefer to learn the hard way, right? Be thankful for those hard lessons, though, even if you never want to repeat anything like that again, because they've brought you to where you are. Patience, congratulations. These are like bonus cards in this deck where it's just a note. And I said slow and steady wins the race, but there's this one thing right now you got to kind of have to do to lay the groundwork. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. Or in my world, the fucking DMV. Like, ever see Zootopia? The sloth? Hi. How are you? Like, yeah. So if you've seen that movie, you know what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm going to say this. I said to you that Empress energy, self-love, self-care, nurture you first. There it is. Self-love. I'm not even going to read the card. I've said what I've said. This is the message from Spirit. Scorpio, I hope that it finds you well. I hope that it's super useful to you. Make tracks for your next journey. Make tracks for your next journey, Scorpio. Personal reads are open and available. Info is found in the description box below. To reach out to me via email. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow for your weekend read. Take care. Bye-bye.